winter's over and hopefully the All right, so looks like we're live. Welcome everyone to Sinister Sunday. I'm your host Jesse Morgan, and with me I have three of the Sinister Sunday crew here. That being Lord HUSK from HUSK's Evil Empire, TREZ from Total Metal Rejection, who's been just super generous with the amount of videos lately and his year-end list. So yeah, what's going on with read the title? We're going to be doing the top 2018 albums from this year, over which ones we enjoyed, which ones maybe weren't the greatest releases, and then in the second half of the stream, we're going to be covering our most anticipated releases for 2019. So, without any further ado, I leave it in capable hands of AZAG from AZAG's Abyss. What were some of your favorite releases from 2018, bud?
I got a few of them sitting here that I haven't put away from because I'm lazy, but definitely one of the top ones was that Black Funeral EP. I think I've been spinning that one to death to the point where I probably need to get another one soon, but that's I don't know, man. There's just something about that EP. It just, man, that thing was just amazing to me. It's just, it sounded like his first couple records. So, I mean, it was just awesome stuff. Talked about this one a little bit. The Necroexophilia from CDN Records this year was really good. Some Killer Slam and Brutal Death. That one was brutal as shit, obviously, but I don't know, it didn't seem boring or redundant like a lot of the Slam records that are coming out right now. But yeah, those are two of my top 10 for sure, but the one I've probably listened to the most lately would be the Morgal. Finnish black metal band. Came on like a goofy little mini disc.
Awesome.
But, it's only like 4 tracks, but man, that thing is absolutely insane. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to listen to that one yet, but definitely recommend that one for sure.
I just like it for it comes in the mini disc. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Usually I see like MCD on there. I just expect it to be a short one, but no, it's just like
looks like it's fucking GameCube game and shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But no, man, the material on it's fantastic. So
yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, aside from that, a bunch of death metal. Blood of Christ was really good. I threw back in that Lividity album recently and started listening to that again. That one's just absolutely insane.
Fucking beast, yeah. Also, that black metal band, I keep forget me mentioning fucking names and shit, but that band that you got, I guess you got a package from, a shirt and also a CD. I don't know, it's from Sweden.
Oh, Vånda, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
Yeah,
some
those
great
guys
riffs on that. Fantastic riffs. It was Sweden, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
What'd you think of that one, Jesse? You got that Vånda record too, didn't you?
It was pretty good. Definitely enjoyed their EP there. Looking forward towards the full length. Hopefully they got one in the works because they had some killer riffs, some killer songs going on for sure. Eddie, the drummer from Vånda, his other project Desolation, was more death metal orientated, was also really good. They got a new, I think it's either released right now or going to be released pretty soon. So definitely looking forward to that whenever that pops up. AZAG to pop back on for showing off the album, or what's he doing?
Don't know, but as a gala, yeah, his list was pretty freaking amazing because most of those bands, obviously, I haven't heard. Obviously, he's like, really knows his stuff about black metal and stuff. So yeah, definitely a good list to watch because yeah, there's a bunch of bands on there that I definitely didn't know about. So it's a good list, especially that band which he mentioned. I already forgot the name of it, but that Swedish band is really really good. Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad to have been graced with a copy of the Devouring Darkness EP, as well as a test press of it. So yeah, shout out to Eddie for sending that my way. It's definitely very, very kind of. Welcome back, AZAG.
Yeah, sorry about that. My router decided to reset for some reason.
Shit. Oh, is there any other releases from 2018 that feel deserve a mention, or?
Yeah, a couple. I know I brought this one up several times, and that's that Mongrels Cross release from this year. Killer kind of thrashy black death metal from Australia. That album is freaking out of control. And then I actually have two here that I completely forgot I bought and didn't make on my list, and I'm really pissed off because they would have definitely been in my top at least 15. And one's being Archeo Beast. It's kind of an underground, raw kind of death metal, really, really brutal death metal stuff.
Nice.
Pretty gritty. If you like kind of like bands like Abysmal Lord and shit like that, you'll probably dig these guys. That probably would have been easily in my top 10. And then the other, of course, was the actual Abysmal Lord split that they did this year with Cruer Fragnum. I think that's how you say that. That was the Hell's Headbangers release, and that one was kind of that same stuff, just really raw, nasty ass death metal with killer stuff.
Nice.
And before the internet decided to dick off on me, I was gonna show you guys that Vånda. But yeah.
Yeah, nice. Love that artwork. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like I was saying to the guys here, when you got cut off there, AZAG, we're definitely looking forward to the full length by Vånda.
I'll have to. I saw his other band just released their full length, didn't they?
It would be second full length, actually.
Oh, gotcha. I still need to pick that one up.
Yeah, it should be pretty sweet. The first one was very old school sounding with like your kind of like mix between death and thrash vocals.
Cool.
Sort of Lamb of God-ish sounding.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my main releases,
yeah. So, no, go ahead, man. My bad.
No, I was just saying. As far as like main releases, that's pretty much it. The rest of my stuff is pretty underground, and nobody knows who the hell I'm talking about anyway. So.
Yeah, but screw it. It'd be definitely good to know because I'm taking notes out of everything.
Well, a couple of them you guys have probably heard me talk about several times, like Lucifugum from Ukraine. Those guys are awesome, raw, two-man black metal. Well, I should say two-person. It's a husband and wife. They're pretty badass. Kind of remind me of like a more melodic Vlad Tepes sometimes. Sick stuff. And then a gem that I found out of nowhere from Forever Plagued was that Disorcus. Kind of a mid-paced, kind of doomy black metal. Just really sickening vocals, man. That stuff was amazing. But yeah, they're kind of a little more on the slower side, but they're pretty brutal and kind of unsettling at times. So I mean, it's really good stuff. Like that, yeah, that was Forever Plague on that one. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the most part for the main titles that I would probably call out.
Was there any releases from 2018 that popped up that you were looking forward to kind of live up to the hype?
That didn't live up to the hype?
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of the new Marduk, that's for sure. There's a couple tracks on there that I enjoyed, but for the most part, that album for me was just kind of meh, kind of boring, honestly. And I could probably say the same thing about the Watain album that came out earlier this year. I just wasn't feeling that one either. Had a lot of hype for that one because I loved the previous album, but I just couldn't get into that Wolf Trident or whatever it's called. Those two for sure definitely missed the mark for me.
Yeah, I know when Trident Wolf Eclipse came out,
Yep,
I was pretty hyped because you know it's Watain. You expect something pretty cool, and like with the that they threw out with Lawless Darkness and The Wild Hunt, you're kind of like, man, the next album should be pretty crazy. And then it comes out, and it's just kind of like the Satan and Domini album or whatever it was called, the second album.
Yeah, they were both kind of letdowns for me. I mean, the Marduk was still heavy, and it was a decent album. It's just I think I had way too high an expectation for that one when it dropped, and I just kind of listened to it once or twice. It's been on the shelf, and I haven't touched it since the week I bought it. So I'll probably give it another chance, but just not good for me.
Yeah, I heard the werewolf track, and I wasn't really all that impressed. Their Franchwein album will probably be better than for me, but I don't know. I may eventually down the road pick it up, but it's not like on the must-have list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. The Marduk one, I was expecting more, maybe because from the stuff that Marduk has been going through. I guess it's when the album came out, maybe I was kind of expecting something else, or I don't know what I was waiting for, but yeah, it was like a Marduk album, but it wasn't like it's kind of like the Watain album too. So I don't know.
So I kind of felt that way about that Craft one as well. The first couple of times I listened to it, but that one definitely grew on me after a while, and I'm pretty much enjoying that one now. But I had to spin that one like 4 times before I started getting into it.
Dude, Jesus, yeah, I've been spinning the last Portal album for the longest, and still trying to get into it. The only way I could kind of semi-immerse myself in that album is if I listen to it in the car for some reason. Maybe because I'm semi-distracted and just focus on driving and not fucking crashing.
Right.
But just listening to it there, it kind of makes sense a little bit. But yeah, that album, I know it's been on a lot of people's top albums from this year, but it was kind of hard. Still trying to get through it, even though the year's almost up. But yeah. It's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's because everyone wants to see another terror propaganda, and we're not going to get another terror propaganda. So,
yeah.
But I think for what white noise and black metal was, it was still like a pretty good black metal album. It wasn't just straightforward black metal, like just really fast blast beats and a lot of tremolos. Craft tend to take a little bit of a leap of faith here and there and slow down the tempo here and there. They tend to add in some groove and some kind of like not melodic elements, but they don't just go for that like blastgasm sound,
Yeah.
So I got to give them credit for at least slowing things down a bit here and there, and that's a little bit where Drakir takes its influences from too. It's just like that slow. Like groovy kind of haunting black metal riffs instead of just blast fests. So I respect Craft for what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that slow build up. It's always good, and when a band just takes its time and is in the pause and does it lets you kind of breathe. There's like opening up a beer and smelling it. It kind of gives you that that first just aroma. I just want to open this shit up, but uh, yeah, it's just that that feeling that some bands do. They just take it down a notch and slow it down. Just let it breathe, which is pretty good. Every band needs that to do that at one point, just to fucking mellow out and just chill the fuck out, because you can't just hide everything and just blast beats and just going 110% on tracks. So good for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's exactly Dark Funeral's problem with the Red albums. Didn't leave. They didn't allow the listener to have like a breath. It was just nonstop, fast tremolo blasts, and there's a reason why they say less is more, because if you have too much of a good thing per se, it becomes too much. You need to have like a little bit of a rest period to enjoy it again.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I'm like a big Dark Funeral fan, so I'm like, yeah. but but yeah, I
Well,
understand what you're
Dark
saying.
Funeral's good.
No,
Dark
I
Funeral's
understand what you're
good,
saying.
but the blue albums are where it's at.
Hmm.
Yeah, as the gala say, it says it all. Like, well, yeah, I know, I know.
But anyways, man, TREZ, what's some of your favorite 2018 albums?
Jesus, I'm still going. Apparently, hopefully it ends before this year. But I had a couple of surprises this year besides the normal stuff that I listen to. Just I guess speaking about the normal stuff would be Whoredom Rife, which came out at the beginning of the year. Um,
Right.
Started my channel. The first thing I recommended was Whoredom Rife, is when I first heard about this band on YouTube. Um, and one of the things that inspired me was like, oh man, this band is good. I gotta let someone know about this. And again,
Yeah.
this year they released with another great one. It's just awesome band from Norway, second wave black metal band, has just been doing it. Have 3 releases now, maybe 1 EP and 2 full lengths, I think, or something. But
Right.
yeah, good band. Another band that was a little bit surprising, that was a death metal band, Crypteria from Florida. Um,
Yeah.
Death metal. It came out this month, I believe, the beginning of December, and late in the year, but still, you got a band that like Whoredom Rife came out at the beginning of the year. Then you got a band like this coming out at the end of the year, which doesn't take anything away from it, being still within the year, and also just hearing everything else that came out. It's a great band. Not a lot of people maybe know about this band, but if I have to um, maybe explain to it, the grooviness of the Testament Low album in general, the whole album,
Yeah.
with Eon or Aeon, however you want to pronounce it, from Sweden, death metal band, has that kind of feel to it. But yeah, it's a band that ever since I heard it, it's just great quality, sound wise, and also the way they play is just great. And it's their first release, so is that more? And that's the band that
Nice.
kind of took me back and like, holy shit, it's a surprise, because there's been albums that I have been anticipating, like the new Morbid Angel album. I believe it came out this year. That's how weird that album was, that I don't even know if it did come out this year. Because I think everybody after the last album, everybody was kind of waiting for them to do Morbid Angel album, which they did do. But like how you mentioned, Jesse, like what was the album that didn't do it for you, I guess, and then that would be my album. The sound was a little strange, even though one thing I said out loud and someone told me, I'm like, why didn't they get Eric Rutan to do this album like they did? I'm like, like what? Because he's a producer. I'm like, what happened? But that was the one album that, yeah, kind of. I knew what to expect in a way because I knew they were gonna play it safe, not go what they did in the last album, obviously. But yeah, it was like a good Morbid Angel album, but it was like I think they played it way too safe. I know they got Steve Tucker back, which is awesome. You know how kind of like because I'm kind of used to. I don't like band changes too much. When David Vincent left and Steve Tucker came in, you know, I was like kind of on the fence about it. It's kind of like Metallica when Jason Newsted came into the scene. So I was like, man, I don't know about this guy, but you never know what you got until it's gone, man. Because when David Vincent came back and we got what we got, it was like, whoa, you know. When I saw Steve Tucker come back, I was like, oh, great. You know, even though this album wasn't what I expected to be, it was a Morbid Angel album. That's the one thing that I'm like, oh, okay, you know, that's awesome. That it is Morbid Angel, but they played it way too safe, and I'm just looking forward to the next album and the next letter in the alphabet, just to keep it going. For some of you who may know, Morbid Angel has a tendency to do the alphabet on their album, so wait until the next letter to roll in to see what comes out. But yeah.
Was the self-titled Obituary this year, or was that last year?
That was last year, I think.
Yeah.
With the torso, I think it was.
That was Written Blood.
Oh fuck. No.
No.
I
The entire.
You know what? Yeah, I think it is this year. Yeah, I think Obituary did come out this year because I know my brother-in-law is a huge fan of Obituary. So
this one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the one you're talking about?
I didn't see it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that this year?
It was this year, right?
It says copyright 2017, but that doesn't mean it didn't come out in 2018. I'm not sure.
Shit.
Yeah, it doesn't say on there.
Oh, well. What did we think of that one anyways?
Thought this one was all right.
What did we think of that Obituary album?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I don't. There wasn't a whole lot on it I thought was memorable, but at the same time, it's Obituary. The whole time I'm just sitting there listening to it like this. So, I mean, I really can't complain about it. But
well, yeah,
there's nothing on there that sticks out. Like I can't tell you a track title from that right now. I'm just sitting here, but without looking at it. But I thought it was just okay. It's kind of like Deicide this year. It was just okay. You know, I'll listen to it. I'll headbang to it, but I couldn't tell you a single damn track on the record.
Yeah.
Find it better than Written in Blood?
Yeah, I thought it was better than that one. That's better than their last, I'd say 3 or 4, honestly. But I'm still stuck on their first album. You know, I'm stubborn that way, though.
Yeah, me
Fair
too.
enough.
When it comes to Obituary, yeah. When I think Obituary changed when they did the side project Defecation, and that's about it. And then they went back to Obituary, and yeah, after they split up and came back, it wasn't too much interest. They weren't on my radar at all.
Yeah.
And those Obituary, you know, but not anything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, man. As for Obituary myself, like I'm not a really big fan of the vocals from the first couple of albums. I went and listened to Written in Blood, and I actually enjoyed what they did for Written in Blood. So maybe I should check out the new album.
Yeah, it kind of follows that same style. I think you probably like it.
Did you guys get into the new Destroyer 666?
Oh shit, I forgot about that. I do have that. What was that? Call to the Wild, I think it was called. I completely forgot. I pre-ordered that from Season of Mist, and they sent me the whole bundle with all their entire discography in it. I completely forgot I had that, to be honest. Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. I like that.
It was.
That thrashy. Oh, yeah, those guys are fucking awesome. Every single one of their albums were great, in my opinion. Damn, I'm slacking. That's 3 already that I didn't realize I had this year. That that's embarrassing. Oh well. Yeah, it's a great album though. Great EP. Seems like this was the year of the EP for me. I think I had 4 or 5 EPs in my top 20.
Bernie tastes, but I think that's how it tastes. So that's what it is.
Husk, you like Destroyer 666?
Nah.
No? Now you're
I haven't even heard. Actually, I haven't even heard of the band until you guys mentioned. What was funny is because I never heard of the band until you guys just mentioned it.
The band Destroyer 666?
Yeah.
Good band.
I've been kind of more into the death metal stage, so a lot of bands that are not in death metal I've been avoiding.
Fair enough. So you're a death metal guy, not really a thrash metal guy.
I mean, I like thrash. I just think death metal has more of its grip around me at the moment.
Yeah, same here.
Grip.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
same here, because I can't. Yeah, I don't have a single thrash band that I think I've listened to this year that I know that came out this year. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as in thrash. I don't think I've listened to a single thrash album that came out this year. I don't know.
Like the Metalhead box I recently applied for, I put death metal as my favorite genre. So sometimes you just gotta accept fate and then go with the one genre. Probably down the road, I'd be collecting more of a thrash style collection. So
yeah, I'm hoping they come out with a like a thrash and death box next year. So you can,
oh my god, I would definitely get that.
Yeah, oh, if they come out with a war metal box, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm done. That's it.
Kind of like to see a brutal death metal box, to be honest with you, just to see what would be in it.
Yeah, like the Metalhead box to do a little subgenre and have a little tiny box inside within the box just to do the subgenres.
Be honest with you, this is one of my favorite brutal. Well, my second favorite brutal death metal band, Scordatura.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Soilwork, good groovy fucking riffs. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but yeah, fucking Soilwork.
That sounded pretty.
I call it Scordatura. I just call it that way just to make it sound better for myself.
yeah. I seen some Scordatura albums and CDN records a while back. I wanted to get it. It was in my wish list, but I never
pulled the trigger.
He eventually sold out. So
definitely get your hands on the Self-Created Abyss. I actually favor that album so much.
Yeah, that's a good album. That's a great album. Good shit. Good riffs all around.
I honestly really wish it was a 2018 release.
Yeah, because what's coming up is fucking spoilers for whoever's watching. 2019 upcoming albums. I don't know. I don't pretty much got a couple of bands that I'm thinking about, but I don't know if they actually have a release. But hopefully they do. Because all the bands came out this year. No. So you got the death metal Metalhead box, right?
I got the death metal box. Hopefully I just get death metal in one box. Be cool.
Yeah. I think that's what I got too, death metal. So I don't know. I know you just got, Jesse. You just got your December box, right?
Yeah, pretty early. Like I was surprised. Normally, I don't get mine until like a week into the next month.
And what did you get as for your genre? What box did you get? I guess.
Oh, I get the black metal box.
Oh, okay. All right. What was the shirt that you got?
I got the white Uwata shirt.
Oh yes, that's a good shirt. Damn it, I don't have the metal. I don't have the black metal box. I only got the death metal one, like Austin and Lord Husk, and the tape edition. So,
Well, you're getting a pretty interesting shirt. Hopefully you get two, because I like to snag one of them.
well, yeah, that'd be cool. Let's hope so.
So, did anyone open the besides me this month? And if they did, what was the shirt besides the black metal shirt that came out?
Yeah.
The only thing I do know, and I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this one. Rumored to be around, there was two type of metal shirts. There's a black metal shirt, which you end up getting, and there's a brutal death metal shirt. I don't even know the name of it. No one has posted that one yet.
God damn it.
I wonder. I actually got a message Gormac to see if he actually got the doom metal band. Really, brutal death metal shirt. Because I'd like to see that one.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Shit, I hope I get them both. I mean, if I get because I have two subscriptions, one tape, one standard, I guess. I don't know which that one is, but I hope I get because the Uwata one was like fucking awesome. White it's in white too, so that's fucking awesome. It's like having a revenge shirt in white. It's just awesome. But yeah, I was when I saw your video for the Metalhead box of December. Because usually you get your box and the next month. So yeah, I wasn't expecting it at all until your video. So, which reminds me, I haven't gone to the post office in a while. So yeah, who knows?
Yeah, sorry, man, you're cutting in and out for me because of my shitty internet, so I didn't catch the last part.
No, like I said that I was surprised to see your video of the Metalhead box because usually everybody gets their box the next month. So everybody's always reviewing the box that they got the month before, which kind of makes sense, because it's hard to do. Get all that stuff, the autographs and the CDs and the shirts, at the beginning of the month, because you have to time all that stuff, and you have to also take account that bands are on tour and to do all the autographs, and it takes fucking forever. So I see why they do that at the end of the month. That way you get it for at the beginning of the month, but for the previous month. If that makes any sense, but it does make sense if you think about what they have to do in order to bring you that nice fucking delicious package to your doorstep. Right. So yeah, that's why I'm surprised that you got it so early.
Yeah, it was a nice surprise for sure to get it that early, and I was definitely not expecting it. I've got to give them kudos for being able to get all that stuff together and actually have it shipped out within enough time to get to me within the same month of the boxes. So is there any other albums that you want to mention that came out in 2018 that kind of really impressed you, TREZ?
Well, a big one, which I was Skeletal Remains. Fucking punishing album that came out this year was, reminded me, took me back to early, I guess, Pestilence and Sepultura Beneath the Remains in a way, just because of the riffs and the changes in the riffs. Just fucking fantastic, and that whole album was just the production wise and the album cover too. I think it's Dan Seagrave that does that. I'm not, to this day, I don't know if that's him, but old school classic death metal artwork artist, and he's been doing classic bands like Dismembered and just classic album covers. And if that's him on the cover art, that just adds more to the band. And just all around, Skeletal Remains has just been fucking fantastic. Another band, obviously Lividity, coming out with a killer fucking crushing album. Just goes to show how Lividity is every time they drop a new album, regardless of what year it is and the timeline. It just shows that all these you could come out with a brutal death metal album or slam band album, and well, recently now slam, but brutal death metal album. And when a band like Lividity comes out, it just goes to show the how would I say it, is the pure rawness and just brutality and the way it is. Like when you go to a band rehearsal and you come up with a song, I should say, and the way it sounds, that raw fucking brutal shit that comes out in that. And my wife is making fun of me because all my hand gestures and shit.
Invisible oranges.
Again, invisible oranges. But yeah. She fucking threw me off. But anyway, it's like when you're just rehearsing in a band. I'm just gonna fucking not to do. I'm just gonna drink my beer now. In fact, I'm gonna have 2 beers here, so just why I know what to do with them.
Cheers.
But yeah, cheers. Done. Fuck. Just gonna hold this one beer. But yeah, like when you go to band rehearsal and you come up, especially in brutal death metal, especially in the underground brutal death metal, I should say, you get that raw fucking sound to it. And I'm gonna use this hand now. But it just sounds that fucking great, and that's much more punishing underground sound to it that I fucking enjoyed. That you don't hear in these other bands that come out in brutal death metal nowadays, which is good that they're still pushing the scene forward and keeping the underground alive. And that's the true fucking underground. So definitely appreciated the shit out of that album. So yeah. And I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go kill my wife.
Oh shit!
That's funny. But yeah, Lividity definitely have their own unique sound. That one song, "Is on My Face," is pretty funny, but also really good. Definitely enjoyed that album. Pretty sure like the 3 or 4 of us actually did reviews on Perseverance. So anyone watching, definitely go check out the reviews for it because they were highly regarded.
Yes.
TREZ, why don't we hand it over to Lord Husk? He's been sitting extremely patiently waiting. So you grace us with some of your favorite 2018 releases.
All right, I only got maybe 3, I think, 4. One of them happens to be the hat I'm wearing, which is Carnal Decay's EP album, which was When Push Comes to Shove, which, to be honest with you, that was a very, very brutal and hardcore album they've made. I was a big fan of the 2017 album, which was You Owe, You Pay.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, it's just like they seem like they're getting more heavier per album now. They are actually one of my top. They are the #1 top 5 brutal death metal bands I love and favor. So, another band which I do have a bundle coming hopefully next month, which is Rise to Fall's album Into Zero. Great album, great band. Actually, I got into Rise to Fall, Carnal, Decay, and probably like 2 others from YouTube and shit. So, yeah, definitely check out Into Zero and When Push Comes to Shove. If you're into more, if you're into melodic death metal, brutal death metal, or I think Rise to Fall is like more modern melodic death metal, to be honest. Those 2 bands are great. TREZ mentioned this band, Skeletal Remains, with their 2018 album Devouring Mortality. Thanks to TREZ for introducing me to that band.
Hey, yeah.
And that was a phenomenal album. This other band, I can't even pronounce the fucking album too. So I'm just going to show it. But Relics of Humanity. Fucking phenomenal album.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Relics of Humanity, great fucking band. Cheers. Nice.
Punishing.
Yes. I was going to bring a band, but that's like last year's album release. So be kind of cool to mention it, but that's whatever, you know. But those are like the only top 2018 albums I've been listening to lately. So,
has there been any releases that you're really looking forward to that didn't live up to the hype?
to be honest with you, not from any of these bands, no. Now, if we're talking about like albums are coming in the future, that would be later in the stream.
No, that's
Actually,
cool, man.
the only, to be honest with you, the only album that gave me the biggest hype when I heard about it, when push comes to shove, I'm thinking like, yeah, this is probably going to be like one of their softer albums. No, I was very, very impressed with this album. And usually I don't give a big rating on certain bands, but I have to give this EP like a 20 out of 10.
Nice.
It was over
that was
my
good.
expectations to it.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good EP. Really good EP. And compared to the last year's EP, that's, yeah, just holy shit. When you think the sound couldn't get any better, it fucking does for some reason. And good shit.
Hold on one second. If anyone's interested in knowing what the album art looks like, there you go.
Nice.
Sweet. What did everyone think of the new Dimmu Borgir album, Aeonian?
Oh, I'll let someone else talk because you don't want to hear my.
To be bluntly honest, I only have one song I like from that whole entire album.
Which one?
I forgot what. Now I gotta look for the fucking tape now. It was an intro. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't open it yet, so that probably tells you.
Yep.
I haven't even opened it and listened to it yet.
Yeah, I gave mine away.
I still got mine. Just probably have a son to give someone who's a huge fan of Dimmu Borgir.
No, but yeah, I gave mine away to a huge Dimmu Borgir fan, and that's Ray, my brother-in-law, because he loves Dimmu Borgir. Dimmu Borgir fell out of favor with me when they got rid of call it Vortex and Justice. Yeah, and then it was like, and they started changing their style. And, they started wearing like white. Not there's a problem with that, but it became a little bit too much gimmicky for me. And then the next album, joking around with my brother-in-law, I'm like, oh, what the hell? It's like Spaceballs. They gone to plaid. They're just gonna come out in plaid in the next album. And I know they did this new album and stuff, and they did incorporate Native American type music to it. but to me, Ruins of Everest did it best last year with that great
Yeah.
fucking album, and yeah, it can't hold a candle to it because they're gonna fucking just fucking blow that shit out. Yeah, Ruins of Everest did it fucking better, man. I'm sorry for all Dimmu Borgir fans, but I do love Dimmu Borgir. Big fan of them since their early years. Up until when they got rid of Mustis and Vortex, CI or CI whatever Vortex. Been in all their classic bands like Bugnagar. Obviously his own solo project, but after they left, yeah, Dimmu Borgir, and yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like everything that you would think about. You will go to Hot Topic and pick up like a symphonic black metal band, and that will be the band that you'll probably see most popular. And yeah, no.
Well, the thing was, actually, Eonian put up my tape copy and give it a listen, and to my surprise, I actually really enjoyed it. It's probably the only Dimmu Borgir to pass Stormblast, because for me, For All Tid and Stormblast was the only thing that I deemed by Dimmu Borgir, for my ears. And then Eonian came out, and I'm like, well, I guess I might as well give it a shot. And then I was like, damn. So, yeah, I guess I was the only one that really liked the new album.
To be honest with you, the only album I'm really favor from Dimmu Borgir is Prodigies of the Great Apocalypse. Sorry, that's one of my all-time favorite albums from them.
No, that was good because of the sound. It was just, at the same time, the year that it came out was a great year for symphonic black metal to reemerge, I guess, or to be at the forefront, I guess. If it had to be any album, it would have been that album, especially. It was fucking satanic as fuck, so that's another plus for me. Especially if you got the I think it was the DVD that came, as you opened it up, it turned into an upside down cross. Fucking awesome. But it was like a super band, I guess, because you got Gowler, I think is from Old Man's Child. You have obviously Silent Oz and Shagrath and Vortex and Mustis, which I'm ashamed that I haven't seen Mustis anywhere else. Not maybe I'm missing it or I haven't looked them up, but a great fucking band once they first came out, at least for me, and just good stuff all around. But this new album, ever since I guess Gateways, I think it was the next album was okay. Even though I got the huge troll from my wife because when we went to go see Hellboy, I was expecting to hear that track because if you guys remember, that was their trailer for Hellboy 2, I think it was. And when I went to go see them, I was like expecting that shit everywhere. And it never showed up. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, she still makes fun of me for that shit. But yeah, she's probably laughing her ass off right now. But there was one, I think it was called, I don't know if it was called Stormblast, but it was an EP from Dimmu Borgir that came out somewhere between there. That they had one song, I can't pronounce it because it's in Norwegian. And they had one video that was fucking blasphemic as fuck and satanic as fuck. That they showed all them crucified. It was a great black metal song. Your standard black metal song. The harsh vocals with a semi distortion into it. I forgot what the name of the song is, but they all show up crucified. It's just a fucking great black metal song. And having passed that album and what's it called? What is it, Apocalypse or whatever it was, that Hellboy album, but what I thought it was Hellboy anyway. But then they released that little small EP, had a couple live songs, but they had one song on there that was like a pure raw black metal song, which is fucking great. And to this day, that's probably one of my favorite Dimmu Borgir songs. I forgot what the hell the EP was called. I don't know if it's called Storm Blast or I don't think it was, but it was like a
I think the one,
advice.
it's on the reissue of Stormblast. I think it's that Sorgan's Camera. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was tight as hell.
Yeah, that song is fucking awesome. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got for Demon Burner.
Yeah, the viewer is Witch King. Shout out to you, Witch King. Actually said it in the chat. He said Sorgan's Camera Del E.
Yes,
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah. So thank you, Witch King.
Great shit.
It's an awesome video.
Hell yeah, I love the video, especially that latex fucking corpse paint just ripping off, burning off, or whatever. Great shit.
So another great album that came out this year, back in March 9th, actually, was a classic fucking album right here. Judas Priest of Firepower.
Shit, I totally forgot about that fucking album.
Hell yeah. This was fucking Lightning Strikes was great. Evil Never Dies. The Necromancer. Rising from Ruins. Flamethrower. There's just so many good tracks on here. Even the first track on here called good. Like, this is probably some of the best stuff that Rob Halford's done in like forever.
Be honest with you, I'm so surprised he still got the voice for it. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't expect Rob Halford to still have like any voice after all. Probably like maybe pushing 70, maybe like years old, and he's still like cranking out shit like this. And damn, I was impressed, and I kind of kicked myself for not picking this up for $12 at Walmart. Came out because I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, Judas Priest is okay, British heavy metal, but no, I picked it up finally, I think, and I listened to it. I'm like, fuck me, why didn't I pick up this earlier?
Yeah, you know what?
So yeah, anyone question Judas Priest at this point, forget what you think. Go pick up this album. It's great.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
It.
Yeah, I have to agree with that because you know what? I've seen everybody throughout this whole year like saying, Judas Priest. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Come on. Yeah, because I thought, because you say the same thing for any other band that's like big. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But yeah, looking into it, I'm like, holy shit, man. I was fucking wrong. And album is fucking legit and great shit. And yeah, to Rob Halford to still have those fucking pipes after all these years, you gotta give it to him for that. And also the band in general, great fucking songs, great tracks, just punishing. It's a Judas Priest album, like legit. Brings you back. Even the cover brings you back to these old school Judas Priest albums, and it kind of reminisces on that. And yeah, really good stuff. And unfortunately, I didn't add it to my list of 2018 because I wasn't familiar with it. And now that I'm kicking myself in the teeth for not adding it in because it's a good album. So yeah, man, if you were on the fence, like how we've been talking about, Obituary, and the usual, what they're gonna sound like.
Yeah.
And you have you're apprehensive about a band because you already know. You're like, all right, I already know what they sound like. So but it's gotten to that point where Judas Priest is just a legendary band that you know what to expect, kind of like Iron Maiden. But when they release one album that's like, holy shit, this is an actual Judas Priest album, an actual Iron Maiden album, it brings you back, and it's like really fucking good. And it's good that to see bands like that still fucking pushing it and still making it to best of the year. Good shit. Reminds everybody that hasn't listened to Judas Priest before who the fuck Judas Priest is. So, yeah, like I said,
Yeah, for sure, man.
I was talking to my wife. I'm sorry. I was saying if I would hit the lotto and have a huge mansion, I would just have one room dedicated to Judas Priest and just playing non-stop in a loop painkiller, and I will give a tour
Great
to
song.
someone and they will ask me, yo, what's that room? Oh, that's the Judas Priest room. You don't go in that room. and it would just be spikes and leather all around, just hanging everywhere. So yeah, good shit. Judas Priest, great album choice.
Yeah, for sure. And like as you were saying about the front cover, it has that old school feel for Judas Priest. But the funny thing is, if any of you got called Gamma Bomb, they just released an album in October called Speed Between the Lines, and it's like Judas Priest firepower look to it, but instead of like yellow and red with the kind of, theirs is like got like this silver robot thing kind of speeding through it. So it was neat to see the kind of that cover on there. So yeah. Gamma Bombs definitely one to look out for if you can stand the vocals. It's a little cheesy sounding vocals, but like they're a really good thrash band.
A thrash band from Ireland, I believe, right?
I don't know 100%, but Ireland sounds about right.
Yeah, I think because I just did a whole drunkathon, pretty much. Me and my friends from the band that I'm in had like a whole marathon drunkathon type shit, which only lasted like fucking 6 hours. So that goes to show how much that we're old as fuck. But yeah, he busted out a Gamma Bomb. Like, holy shit. Man, yeah, he's a huge thrash metal fan, and he showed me that album. Really good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Good shit. Good shit.
Yeah. Did anyone get around to listening to the Funeral Mist Hecatomb from June?
Yeah, I thought it was decent. Actually, I like the one before it a little better, but I mean, it wasn't bad in my opinion. It was fairly enjoyable.
Cool.
Damn.
Because saying that the new Funeral Mist was way better than the new Marduk for them.
Yeah, I would definitely put it ahead of Marduk for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised no one's yet.
What's that?
I said I'm surprised no one's mentioned Northern Chaos Gods yet.
Yeah, that's another one I really liked. And I thought the only downside for me is it got a little repetitive in a couple tracks, like after the first minute or so. But I thought it was I thought they did a pretty damn good job, picking the pieces back up, and I'm definitely excited. Hopefully they put out something new, because I think they'll pull out all the stops on the next one. I think they kind of played it safe a little bit too.
Yeah, it was sort of samey throughout the album, but like with that, you gotta like recognize how much of a glaring difference there is from between that Immortal album and Damon Az's solo.
Yeah.
Something in the Norse or something, I don't know, but yeah, his performance on the new Immortal album was so much better. Guitar wise or vocal wise. Like I was kind of worried what Immortal was gonna sound like with Damon Az handling guitar and vocals for it. Color me impressed, because it was so good. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what Abbott follows up with a project after this Immortal, because Abbott has had to have listened to it and be like, shit, this is way better than my solo well, I got to do better next year.
Yeah. I was hats off to Demonaz though, you know, with all the medical issues and stuff, for him to be able to come back and play that fast again. That's kind of a big moment for him. But I enjoyed it a lot. We just got a little repetitive, like I said, but I'm definitely looking forward for the next one already.
Yeah, his 10-1 bit for this one.
I just remembered something, Jesse. I just remembered something. Because I had to look up on the Middle Archives, too. There's one more album I actually forgot to mention.
Go ahead.
The only... Wait a minute. I can't even say your fucking album name. Fuck. The only piece you'll know is In the Grave, if I'm correct.
Hey, there it is.
I totally forgot about that fucking album.
That's not worth mentioning.
Well, it's getting mentioned anyway, so...
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
That one is also sitting right here still.
Oh, there you go.
Good stuff, man. Awesome job on that.
If any of the subscribers has not checked that band out, please check it out. You'll never regret it.
Yeah, and all of the Drakir tapes are ready now. If anyone likes their black metal on analog, got these on Crimson tapes. So hit me up if you want one of these on my page or in the Rebellion group or whatever.
Oh, jeez.
And mailing info, you can get one of these, you know, mediocre albums, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. I know it's pretty late, but do you still have a patch?
You mean these things here?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
All right, you still
I
got
still got 3 left.
Wait, you still got more, or is that the last one?
Well, that one I'm kind of hanging on for Mr. Husk right here. But I've got 3 more that's available still.
For fuck's sake. I'm sorry, dude. I was supposed to order a patch from you. But now that you got the shirt, and which I saw in Azagala's review, you got the shirt, CD, and now you got a tape, right?
Yeah, shirt, CD, tape.
Nice. So definitely gonna hit you up tomorrow about that whole shit. So yeah, making it public right now. So fuck yeah. Hopefully I'm not drunk enough to but now this shit's gonna be recorded. So yeah, man. Missed out on it before, but definitely doing it tomorrow, man. So awesome. But
All right,
yeah,
thanks.
good shit, man.
Much appreciated, brother.
Also,
But,
the album name. Sorry to interrupt you, but the album name is pretty fucking gnarly, man. And also the picture pretty fucking cool.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's always nice to hear people's thoughts and opinions on stuff that you create.
Definitely.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Drakir, February, I plan on going back to the recording studio and starting writing some new stuff. I don't mind telling you guys the EP title that I got in mind on here. I plan on calling it This World is Piss. Actually, just could be some more stuff that you heard on the album. Probably a little bit more thrashy though. We'll see what we got, but yeah. So I'll be going back to the writing in January. I'm also going to try and kind of like blackened noise project as well. I think AZAG was interested in helping me write some stuff for Vanta Black Scat, but maybe not. We'll see. If he's still nice doing a collab, and I can't wait to hear some Born of Seth stuff whenever that gets released.
Yeah, I've got one more vocal track to do, and I'll be wrapped up. I already got the artworks all printed out, everything ready to rock and roll. So I took an extra day off this week. I'm gonna try to finish that shit up.
Nice, nice.
Awesome. All right. So my terrible project. Let's get on to some 2019 bands that we're looking forward to seeing some releases from. We'll work our way back again. So we'll go from Lord HUSK and then to TREZ and then to AZAG again. What are some bands you're hoping release some stuff in 2019?
Honestly, there's a couple bands I really hope they do release. Jesse's going to see this from a mile away right now, but I'm just going to put that out there.
Me too.
I definitely want to see some newer material from Horror Bethlehem, big time. I was actually talking with the certain member of the group, and he was telling me about it, so I can't wait to hear more of their music. Band shirt I'm wearing right now, Empyrean Throne. I love to hear their next album if they do come out with one next year. Rise the Fall, big time. I want to hear their next album, which is probably not going to be released next year. And the one melodic death metal band, my very first melodic death metal band I've gotten myself into thanks to my brother. Soilwork is coming out with a new album called Reality, which is English translated from Swedish of the real name. But if you guys want to know the name of the album, starts with a V.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a great album. I have a couple of their songs from their the singles from that album. I did pre-order the bundle, so can't wait to get my hands on it and do a review on it.
should be pretty sick.
Yeah, artwork's pretty badass for the shirt and the album.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go take a listen to whatever right now. I've just been so fucking busy. It's crazy.
Oh, and one more thing, just to put out there, because it has been bothering me ever since finding a certain somebody on Facebook that wrote this. If you guys really think melodic death metal is not a metal genre, just do yourself a favor and correct yourself. Because a lot of people have actually agreed with this person that melodic death metal is not a genre. Well, because you guys know Monomarth, you guys haven't known Scar Cemetery, Solution Point 45, Soilwork,
or
some other bands.
Dark Tranquility.
Yes,
Fucking
big time,
awesome.
big
Yeah,
time.
of course.
Rise the Fall, big big influence, just like Solar for hopefully my upcoming band. Hopefully that works out for me.
Which I think that speaking of the whole melodic death metal not being a genre, I think it's crap, because it is, especially when you look at the European bands, and fuck that, everybody does in every country does melodic death metal at some point. You just gotta look at bands like obviously like early Soilwork, In Flames, obviously Kalma, bands like The Crown, Dark
There's
Tranquility, great bands out there.
There's a melodic death metal band from Lakeland, Florida. They're called Wire Throne. I'm definitely will send a link to one of their songs off of their album. Architect, great fucking song. Definitely check them out.
Yeah, because even if a lot of people might be on the fence of melodic death metal, but you got bands like a side project from In Flames and Marduk, which was called Dimension Zero. Great band. It had punishing riffs, blast beats all around. Great shit. And I think that's where metalcore got its roots from. Was a lot of Swedish death metal, which melodic death metal, and started incorporating that early in the 2000s with bands like Shadows Fall. Started doing this, which they did tour early in their in their career with bands In Flames and Soilwork. They did a tour in North America with those bands, and that obviously bands like Edge of Sanity too. You can't deny the melodic part about it, and the obviously the death metal influence, and it's a legit genre that deserves a place, a subgenre of death metal, and it has its fucking place. So,
Yeah,
totally
definitely.
agree on that.
Yeah, my band right now, like I said, hopefully everything goes smoothly my way. Jesse and a couple of other people brought this name up to me, which is I'm kind of glad I went with that name. Hopefully Demonic Parasitosis becomes a melodic death metal band, big time in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So melodic death metal with some slams in it, right?
Yeah, Parasite.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe down the road I'll probably swap the genre to like brutal death metal. Just say fuck it from there.
Well, you could do both. You could do obviously whatever the fuck you want because it's fucking metal. You could mix and match genres, because earlier, when I was growing up and I first heard Korn, I would always love to hear a death metal band or brutal death metal band have that distortion and have that sound, but just incorporate it into death metal, and then
Right.
long and behold, we have fucking Slam years later.
Yeah, and I actually got a question for you guys, because since I brought up brutal death metal, how would it sound to you guys, like have a brutal death metal influence in the melodic death metal band? Like, what would your guys' opinions on that be?
Oh, you would have obviously breakdowns into it, but besides that, you would just have the pure riffs, which is pretty cool because you had the melodic death metal aspect to it, where you have bands like Kalma, and you have that just pure riffage, but you incorporate the slam riffage part into it, so you have that melodic transition into a heavy breakdown, and then incorporating because a lot of melodic death metal incorporates a lot of blast beats that sound like black metal, and you have that transition into another melodic part into it, which you will have a great sounding song. Because if you incorporate a sound that sounds like Dark Tranquility, and then you go into a cranius sound, just to mention a band of slam, and you go into a heavy breakdown, but it all sounds seamless, uh, seamlessly, like a band that you're familiar with, like Miseration, because that's a heavy melodic death metal, even though it's fucking brutal. If you have that seamless transition,
I think it's just death metal. He
well,
went with on Miseration.
It is death metal when you hear just the vocals and everything, but and the technicality. But when you incorporate all that stuff, the melodic parts, the technicality, and the brutal slams into it, if you could make that fucking transition and that flow, when you're making music, is the bridge that's the fucking hardest. To incorporate one riff to the other, and trying to bridge those. Like I said, it's a bridge. Trying to bridge those riffs together. That's the fucking hardest part. And if you could do that seamlessly, it's fucking awesome, and it'll definitely work out. Especially if you incorporate melodic death metal and slam. If you have that one bridge to, not to sound cheesy, to bridge those two riffs together, would fucking be awesome. Obviously, when you incorporate, it's like metalcore, and how I always said, if you have a band like metalcore, you have a Swedish death metal or a melodic death metal, you have to have a great sound. Because if you don't have a good sound to that, it doesn't resonate, and you can't get all those little accents, and you can't get those little tidbits that you have in a good quality melodic death metal band. So you have to have that little bridge to incorporate all those bands. And obviously, you guys know that slam has a great sound. So you have melodic death metal and you have slam into it. You just need that little fucking bridge just to mesh those two sounds together, and then you have a seamless fucking sound. So it will fucking work.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. And when it comes to music, I always appreciate a good dichotomy, different contrasting music. Like if it's all just straight, once again, if it's just all just blasturbation, as they call it, or it's with no, room for breathing, then it's not quite as good to me as if they had like your brutal death metal parts mixed with some melodic death metal parts, as you're implying there, Lord Husk. It seems like it would be a great mix of like brutal yet beautiful. Like you add in the parts that really have groove and melody, but then spin to this totality of brutal death metal too. It adds that nice little kind of give and take of the brutal and the beautiful. Maybe that brutal and the beautiful.
No, the reason why I was asking you guys is because it has been in the back of my mind lately to mix both brutal death metal, melodic death metal, make something newer. It's how usually new genres are formed. So honestly, I like to see how it'll go. But AZAG, what do you think of that idea?
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of what TREZ said. I think it all comes down to the arrangement of the track. I mean, as long as you organize it properly, I think it's going to sound fucking awesome, dude. I mean, like you said, and then, Jesse said, to give the give and take, you're going to just beat the shit out of somebody, then you're going to give them a groove, then you're going to beat them again. I mean, you're not just going to pummel them to death. So, I mean, like I said, it all comes down to the song structure, really. I mean, you lay it out right, dude, it's going to rip. So I'd say go with it, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yep, I just need people who listen to both genres.
What's the thing? You're going to unite two subgenre fans, and you're going to crush them all together, man. That's what it's all about. You're going to bring people together by mixing stuff like that together.
Yeah, big time.
So, needless to say, it's a pretty good idea. Is there any other, albums or bands we're looking to 19?
Say that again.
Is there any other bands that we're looking forward to releasing albums in 2019?
Not really. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
One band that I was hoping for 2018 to release an album, but obviously it didn't happen. And hopefully whatever's remaining of it happens in 2019. If it doesn't happen, so be it. But I was definitely, and I did mention this last year, the only one album, actually at the beginning of our stream, I mentioned this. The one album that I was looking forward to, which I kill you, that I was looking forward to this year, that unfortunately is not going to happen, is the new Deeds of Flesh album, which I've been hearing about it since last year. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen because Eric Lindmark from Deeds of Flesh passed away a month ago or less than that, and obviously founding member of Deeds of Flesh and also Unique Leader Records. Being a big fan of Deeds of Flesh, hit me fucking hard, and was one album that I was looking forward to. This year, it didn't happen this year. I was optimistic that it would happen this year, but I was looking forward to maybe next year, which I don't know, because he passed away. I don't know if it's going to happen. Hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, I understand obviously why. the only album since Lord Husk mentioned it, which is a great discussion. What albums are you looking forward to next coming year? The one album I had in mind was that, and I had nothing else going on because obviously Archgoat released an album this year, so I was like, okay. And I was hoping that Revenge was going to release an album next year, but you know they jumped the gun and released an album and December 7th, which is a great album. If you haven't checked out Revenge, go check them out. Great shit. And as far as this year that's coming up, I don't know, because this year has been great. We had the new Zargeist came out this year. You had Archgoat came out this year. You had Revenge come out this year. Checks all boxes in my list as far as bands coming out. And Lividity dropped a fucking massive album this year, so you know next year it's up in the air whether I don't know, it's going to be a full surprise this year, which I'm optimistic about, which is like bring it on, bitch. Because I'm like, I don't know what else is going to come out this year, because whether we have I know Avslut it's going to come out this year, 2019, but I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now.
Yeah, Avslut was pretty good. Slut's pretty good. Definitely enjoy their stuff. I got one of their releases. I don't know if it's like their early demo or early EP or whatever, but I got it in a box from I got it from Eddie Wickland. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully a new Acranius. Maybe a new gut rectal. He's got some stuff in the works, so hopefully a new gut rectomy. Or no, not gut rectomy, guttural slug. Hopefully a new guttural slug is going to be coming out. Maybe a new album from Toxic Holocaust. I think the last one was from 16, or was it 17? Fuck. Let's see here. Of course, it doesn't say. Why would it say on the package? What the fuck? Really? He hasn't released an album since 2013. Holy shit. Then yeah, Joel Grind, go make a new Toxic Holocaust album, please. Thank you.
You know, the one band that I did think was going to be like, all right, the one band that I'm looking forward to 2019 was Epicardiectomy, which found out they're releasing the album December 31st. So yeah, man, fuck you guys for fucking up my expectations for 2019. So yeah, Epicardiectomy, I love you, but I don't know.
So far away.
Yeah. Oh. So, I don't know. Been a great year this year.
I'm looking forward to maybe a new 6 Feet Under. I know people can't stand Chris Barnes, blah, blah, blah. His voice is it. But a new 6 Feet Under would be great. I enjoyed Torture and Pete that came out, a bunch of B-sides and different takes from the Unborn and the other one in June 6th. It was called Unburied. But yeah, some of the songs in there were really, really good. But hopefully the under album.
Anyway,
me.
Yeah. If you had to pick an artist, obviously a band that you fucking love and adore, and that you would wish would come back, to say, or just wish they would release a new album this year. Just to fucking say that. What album or from a band that you wish they would release a new album this year? Like Jesse, you said, Toxic Holocaust hasn't released something out for a couple of years now, but do you wish, maybe next year? So, what albums from what bands? What bands that you wish would release a new album the next year? Just hoping,
Well, in the dead, but it'd be cool to see what Nirvana would be like in 2019.
What band?
Nirvana.
To answer your question on that one, TREZ, there is one band that I really wish would come back because they did break up. Illnath, with the original lineup. To come out, if they do get back together, or Akira, which is a German melodic death metal band, I would love to see like 2 new albums from them. For both Akira and Illnath.
Good shit. Or to anybody that's watching, what band that probably disappointed you this year that you hope release another album next year, or the next album? Doesn't give a fuck about 2019, but would be the next album from them that would like change you. They were like, oh shit, you redeemed yourself, or like, what, this was a true album from you. That would be fucking good.
Well, I know a lot of people weren't really fans of the new Analnathrak, A New Nightmare or whatever it's called. Techy kind of industrial, like, fucking dubstep, whatever that they added to it. I know a lot of people didn't like that, so maybe a new Analnathrak would be good. I mean, I enjoyed the new Analnathrak. I thought that the elements they added for this one was interesting and innovating.
Me too. Fuck yeah, by far. Good album.
I just kind of get annoyed by these people that like just hold on to a band with such a stranglehold fanboy where they can't accept the band doing anything different from like the first 2 or 3 albums. They do anything different from the 2 or 3 albums, they have nothing to do with them anymore. It's like, come on. Like, these people wrote music when they're probably either late teens. If they've been a band longer than 15 or 20 years, they're going to be doing something different because they've grown up. They've already like written material that you enjoy in that era. Now they're going to do something else they enjoy. The only thing that I could kind of see maybe if you're a band that's going from A style to like C style, like complete change, maybe like a project name change. Like if you're creator and you're doing thrash, and all of a sudden you start doing black and death metal album, or if you decide just to do like a British heavy metal album, maybe don't go by a different name. But it has to be like such a significant change where it's just has nothing to, has no resemblance of the old band. But when bands, little element here or there to spice things up over the years, and fans get pissed off at that, it's like, come on, like they're not like their 3rd or 2nd album over and over and over and over again.
I actually got a question for you, Jesse, since we're on this conversation. There's one album I was very disappointed in from a melodic death metal band I used to listen to. I still listen to them though, but and you brought up a good point. You probably know huge fan of Sonic Syndicate, right? And their lineup right now is 3 people. They went from melodic death metal to like rock and roll. And nothing against the band members. I do like the album somewhat, but I think it kind of killed the name Sonic Syndicate.
Right.
If you guys, if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, the album's called Confessions. It seems to me like a softer version of their former selves, like a rock and roll with, I don't know what type of other elements. Definitely check the album out, see what you guys think about it, because that was a massive disappointment. But I give the band credit because you're right, they've been writing music for a long time.
Right. But at least they had the
something
brains to realize that there should have been a name change.
Yeah. Nothing against the lead singer, Nathan Biggs, I think his name is, but personally, me, I just think Sonic Syndicate should have just ended after their self-titled album. Started a new band. Because like their last good album was like their self-titled album, and they had Speed from Soilwork in their first song.
Yeah.
And I think that was basically the last fire they had before they went into that rock stage. Which, don't get me wrong, they have like 2 or 3 good songs, but that's about it. I'll still support the band no matter what. It's just, it's going to be hard to listen to like their future albums.
Well, it's like when a band loses their lead singer, and all of a sudden they get a new singer and it sounds nothing like the old one, and you're like, fuck, this isn't even the same band anymore.
Yeah, that's why I joke with my friends. I was like, yeah, Sonic Syndicate moved to a new name. My friend's like, what? It's called The Unguided. Actually, I'm surprised The Unguided actually kept their sound. Even it's sad that Roland Joel Asson's no longer in the band, but gotta give credit to the guy, Jonathan. He's got great vocals.
Yeah. So as AZAG, is there any albums that forward to in 2019, or any bands that you're hoping is going to release an album in 2019?
Yeah, I've got a few of each actually. Ones that I know that are coming for sure. I really want to check out. Not really metal, but Rob Zombie's new one should be dropping sometime this year. Definitely looking forward to see which way he goes with that. And actually, there's a lot of thrash elements this year that I'm really looking forward to. Testament's got a new one coming out. Legion of the Damned,
really?
kind of death, yeah. And Sacred Reich also, a really good thrash metal Blade. They've got one coming out here in a couple months.
Oh, hold on. You said Sacred Reich?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep, they've got, I think it's coming out, supposed to be March, I think, off of Metal Blade. So those are ones that... Yeah, those are the ones I know for sure are coming that I'm really hyped about, especially the Rob Zombie, Legion of the Damned, and Sacred Reich, for sure. Testament I've kind of lost over the last couple albums, but I'm always curious to see what they put out. A couple hopefuls, Teratism, a U.S. black metal band that I fucking adore, have been teasing. They've been teasing a release for like a year now. Really hoping they finally pull the trigger on that. Ash Borer would be another one. I think it's been a couple years since their last one. I'd like to see what they can come up with. And then they were in my top 5 this year. Wolves Winter from Argentina. They've got EP after EP after EP, and I'm ready for a full length. I really hope that they pull the plug on that and give us a full album. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Really looking forward to Legion of the Damned, Sacred Reich, and I'm cautiously hoping that Rob Zombie is absolutely amazing this year.
Yeah. I almost forgot about the new Rob Zombie coming, man. That's going to be fucking awesome, hopefully. The Damned, probably going to be pretty good. They always put out like really decent kind of thrashy death kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a shame about fucking Lazarus AD. Lazarus AD was still around putting out albums. I still need to get their first one, White and got their second album, but yeah, they're really good. Ash Borer, like you said, they haven't put out anything. I think they released through Profound Records the last time.
Yeah.
That kind of like sandy beige colored album. But yeah, new Ash Borer would be nice.
Yeah, aside from that, I hope Black Funeral, that EP leads to a full length soon. And Irish death metal band Zombified. I think they put out an EP or a single 2 years ago, and they've been kind of silent. So I'm really hoping those guys come back, a really good, gory, kind of zombie themed band. Those guys are fucking insane from Ireland.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
I think it'd be cool if Joel Grind did another Yellow Goat album.
Mm.
Yeah, I finally looked into that. That's interesting. I like that stuff. That's Toxic Holocaust is good, but I really enjoyed that Yellow Goat stuff. I finally got around to checking that out.
Yeah, Joel Grind kind of peppered in, as you say, a little bit more, like even more black metal elements than he normally does. Because I know Toxic Holocaust, kind of a mix of like thrash with black metal, but like the Yellow Goat project of his really like threw in black metal elements to us. So Bathory inspired, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him going into some war metal type shit pretty soon. So hopefully he does go that route.
But that,
at least for me, yeah.
He helped out with that Wraith album, right?
Yes.
That was basically Toxic Holocaust worship.
Fuck yes.
That's
my honorable mention for the end of this year. Great shit. When I heard that shit, I was like, damn.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Raise the horn. Someone said Nun Slaughter in the chat. Edgar Sanchez. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything good from Nun Slaughter. I know that as a guy, like, you just got this fucking epic fucking vinyl from Nun Slaughter, which I'm so fucking jealous. Like, really fucking good. Obviously, Nun Slaughter has been doing it for forever, and they shall keep it going. And hell yeah, man. Hell's Headbangers all the fucking way.
Oh yeah.
Micah Metal mentioned Abigor. Hell yeah. Abigor is sick.
Oh shit, Jesse.
Yo.
Fuck. Man, I'm starting to find bands in my head now that I totally remember they released this year. And they're once a punk band right now. Fuck. Damn it.
They came out with a new album this year?
Huh?
Did you say they came out with a new album?
Yeah, they came out with a new album this year.
Pennywise?
No. Alex Story came out with a new album from his band, Cancerslug. I think it's called Beating a Dead Whore. Great fucking album. First song makes me laugh so fucking hard.
True.
Actually,
yeah, Pennywise too this year. It wasn't really the greatest, but you know, it's okay. It's still, you know, they're kind of getting older, and it seems like they're kind of like recycling riffs and recycling songs at this point now though.
You know, a new album I'd like to see, and I think a lot of people can agree with this one. Doyle. I'd like to see the next album from Doyle.
Yeah, a new Doyle 3.
Which, let me throw this in there. I know this is not the same topic, but if you guys go see Doyle, or you guys are interested, please message me on my next videos about the concerts, because I gone and seen them twice. They are phenomenal live.
Hell yeah, man. Actually, I just thought of it, speaking of punk, a band that I would love to release a new album, a new fucking singer that sounds exactly like Darby Crash, which is the Germs. So, you know, if the Germs could another album with the new singer they got from the documentary movie, that would be fantastic. Please do that. We need more germs. Well, we got 10 honorable mentions from 2018 or any more bands we would like to see come out with albums in 2019.
Got one right now. Scordatura. I like to see their next album. Big time.
So we got more Scordatura.
And Flesh Consumed. Fucking... Excuse my language. If no one knows about the Metalhead box, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your lives, but Flesh Consumed, great brutal death metal band.
Fuck yes.
Love to see more release. Be honest with you, I love that artwork though.
Great fucking artwork. You know what I love about that band is that they have that old school fucking sound to them. Kind of like Sinister that they did in Diabolical Summonings. I know they did that with the drum work, but had that raw death metal speech and nothing else to the track. Just pure growls and fucking growls. And that's all you heard from the track. It's just fucking punishing. I wish more death metal bands did that shit. And that's one band, Flesh Consumed, that did that for this year. Great shit, and you know, I hope that more bands did that shit because it reminds me a lot of old school Sinister that did that with Sadistic Intent, I think it was called, or Diabolical Summonings. It's actually from that album, but great shit. Love that fucking just rawness, like that obscure fucking growls, and just nothing from that track that you will listen to. Just an opening track, just pure synthesizers and just pure growls and old school horror movie type shit. Great fucking shit. Oh yeah.
So just to put this out there, especially Jesse probably knows what about this band. I would honestly love to see like a new Trivium album. Big time.
The what?
Trivium. Like the new, like when they get a newer album out.
Yeah, hopefully it's more like Ascendancy. Or Shogun.
Yeah. Last time I heard, I thought Matthew himself, the lead vocalist of that band, was doing a black metal project. Which that would have been actually interesting to hear. I'd actually I'm about to say his name wrong, but Matt Heffy, that's why I call him by. Not many people know this if you don't listen to Trivium, but Matt Heffy is a extremely huge into black metal. I think he was wearing an Emperor shirt one time.
Well, I know that they
nice. Well,
that they did Roadrunner release, which I think he took part of.
Yeah, the All Stars.
All Stars, which he did do a black metal song. It's just fucking great. Great shit.
They have a right now they have a reissue out right now of the first album, which was Amber to Inferno. Great first album from them.
Oh yeah. You know who should come out with a full length? Who hasn't yet? Scour.
Yeah.
Because they did 2 EPs, so now it's time for a full length. Also coming with a new album soon. Just a little band called Hazard. Hopefully they're coming out with a new album soon.
Great. Actually, that's a great album, actually. I still need to get their shirts, though.
I was pretty surprised with the guitar work on that Hazard album, actually. It was really good. Kind of had like a early Dave Mustaine guitar feel to it without the annoying-ass vocals.
Yeah. the speaking of vocals, hopefully the Hazard album doesn't have the weird compression or reverb or whatever is going on with the Misleading Evil album. Hopefully, it's more like the Innocent Victims or Victimize the Innocent EP, because the vocals in that EP was really, really good. Not that the vocals in the album isn't good. It's just, I don't know, I don't like the compression or reverb that's going on with them.
Shit, speaking of thrash, I completely forgot. The new Cemetery List was really good this year from Hell's Headbangers. Yeah, the Rotting and Piss, that one was pretty killer. If you haven't checked that one out and you're into thrash, go check out Rotting and Piss. That's a hell of an album.
Nice. I'll have to check out Piss to inspire This World is Piss for my new EP.
Right?
Some amazing artwork in here. Oh, man. Just booze and black metal thrash.
Speaking of piss. Nah, just kidding. No, Pissgrave. If Pissgrave, hopefully, new album. Hopefully, if you guys are not familiar with Pissgrave, great fucking shit. Go check that shit out. Great, awesome shit. So yeah, Pissgrave.
Yeah. Josh Armijo from Runner JMA, he talks highly of Pissgrave. Like every release that comes out, Josh has got nothing but great words to say about that. But yeah, that'd be cool. Also, for jokes, you know what'd be cool, but it's never gonna happen. But you know what'd be cool? You guys watched Metalocalypse?
Oh yes, fuck yes.
Okay.
I know what you're about to say too.
Yeah. So if you've watched Metalocalypse, there's like an episode 2. One, it's kind of just in mention that Murderface wanted to make a side project called Planet Piss, but then there's actually another episode where he recorded like a song for Planet Piss, and I would love for that like EP or record to actually get made. I know it's probably way beyond that now, but man, if a Planet Piss album could be made, I would totally buy that.
Definitely.
That was so funny watching Murderface trying to record it. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that episode now. Metalocalypse.
Damn, now you got me wanting to watch it now.
I need to go rewatch the whole thing. Just that whole show is amazing.
I have to say, there was like the one funny part is when the band was fucking with Murderface about the fireworks.
Just throwing the fireworks down his ass crack.
Oh my god, Nathan Explosion at his best.
The best part is when they kind of address the fact that his dick looks all bumpy and scaly because he plays the bass with it.
Damn.
I am so gonna have to go watch Metalocalypse after this episode.
Thinking about buying the series and the shirts for that band.
There you go. There's season 1 right
nice. There. Hell yeah, bro. I need to get the last season, and then for a 30-minute thing they did. I wish I knew the actual name of it. It's not called Death Opera. After the last season, then there's like that kind of like 20-minute special or 30-minute special. It was supposed to be but they didn't really have time to do a proper finale. But yeah, I still need to get the last season that came after the Dead Man one or whatever that was. But yeah.
They should have kept continuing that show. That was actually pretty good. Sad it came to an end.
Well, you can thank Adult Swim for canceling it because they weren't satisfied with the number of viewers watching. It's like, oh, we have viewers watching, so I guess we're just going to cancel it. Too bad, Brendan Small.
No, nothing against anyone, but hopefully I don't get my ass handed to me on this one. But fuck you, Adult Swim.
Yep. Fuck Adult Swim. Bunch of jerks. Bring back Metalocalypse.
Yeah. Brandon Small's actual side project band's interesting.
What's it called?
Like it. Oh fuck! I don't even remember the fucking name. I have to look for it again. But it was not like a metal type of band. It had a unique style to it.
Oh, okay.
But then again, is it Brandon or Brendan? Which one?
Giggity.
Anywho, that's about all the time I think we got for this week's stream. Hope everyone has enjoyed our picks for 2018. Hope we do eventually see some of those anticipated 19. I appreciate everyone on the panel here for joining me for the last stream of 2018. It's been a great, you know, this is our 13th episode, so it's been a great 13 episodes with you guys. I look forward to the new year with a lot of the Rebellion family. I hope everyone in the chat's been enjoying these, you know, Rebellion family streams. You guys been enjoying all the topics that we've been bringing up. Hopefully we can bring some new interesting topics to the table in 2019. Probably try to sneak in one more video before the end of the year. I know these guys probably have some stuff that they're probably going to be bringing on. So please, if you haven't yet heard HUSK from Lord Husk's Evil Empire, please subscribe to TREZ, Total Metal Rejection, and please subscribe to AZAG from AZAG's Abyss. Guaranteed good stuff coming from them in the new year for sure. So yeah, that's it for Glory, for the Rebellion.